Kirkpatrick. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody knows I got a dog named Spud. A girlfriend of mine, she wanted a dog. So I took her to the pound and picked out this nice little old furry dog there. Came home. She called me about 2 weeks later. She said, something ain't right with this dog. He won't come when I call its name. I said, well, it could be deaf. You take it to the vet. So she took it to the vet. And the vet looked at the dog, looked in its ears, and trimmed a lot of hair out of its ears and cleaned its ears out. And said, you need to go to the drugstore and get some hair remover. And about once a week, just kind of put a little bit on a Q-tip, rub it in its ears, and keep the hair down. So she went to the drugstore, and you know how these old local country drugstores are. She walked on back there to the pharmacy, and asked the pharmacist, she said, I need to get some hair. And for hair removal. He said, yeah, I got it right back here. And give her a tube of it. He said, now look, if you put this under your arms, you don't need to put underarm deodorant on, for 3 or 4 days. And she said, oh, I'm not putting it on under my arms. Pharmacist thought a minute. He said, well, if you put it on your legs now, you don't need to wear no pantyhose for a couple of days. She said, I'm not putting it on my legs. He kind of swallowed real hard. He said, well, man, what you putting it on? She said, I'm going to put it on my Schnauzer. He took back just a second. He said, well, if you do that, you don't need to ride no bicycle for a couple of days. There you go. Oh, man. Thought I'd open up with a little joke. A little funny tale there. Let me put this cigarette out. Don't need one, but here we go. We all got things we could do better at. But nice video is about 87,000 IRS agents with guns, willing to use force to take life if necessary. Yep, that's how they advertise it. Well, this is an opinion piece. So, there you go. This is my opinion on exactly what's happening. Now, if y'all think back here a while back when we had that virus thing going around, a lot of economies shut down, especially in these blue states. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people got laid off. Some got called back, some didn't. Some places it's still, Massachusetts and Connecticut, one of them, it ain't fully opened back up. I got a good friend up there. And people just don't sit around if they ain't got no income. And I know of several buddies of mine and their wives, when all this crap happened, the bank still wants their money. They had bills. And one couple in particular, he started a little side hustle cutting grass. And she started cleaning houses. And they kind of did that to make ends meet. And he built up a pretty good little old business cutting grass. Because in wintertime, it hurt. And She got a pretty little old business cleaning 3 or 4 or 5 houses a week, $150 a pop. Pretty good money. Well, it's called a gig economy. Uber drivers, that's part of the gig economy. Cutting grass. Guy that works on cars in his backyard. Guy that paints little small jobs around people's houses. Guys that build decks. Even the people that raise a few goats and pigs. A sale. A little short story here in France. They tax you on your animals because even though you may keep that animal and eat it yourself, to them that's income. You have produced something, and therefore you have to pay a tax on it. It's crazy, ain't it? But like I said, there's a girl that cleans houses, the guys that grind stumps, cuts occasional tree every now and then. Another fella, he had a pressure washer and finally got a little trailer to pull a big old one of them tote tanks, 250, 275 gallon tote tanks. He goes around and washes people's cars, lawyers, doctors. People got money. He just comes to their business and washes the details of their cars. A couple $100 or $100, depending on how much they want done. A pretty little gig there. It's gig economy. Handyman service. The guy that's got the food truck or the food trailer that may set up on the parking lot on the weekend and make a little extra money. This is what they're after. It's not the millionaires and billionaires that they need 87,000 IRS agents for. Millionaires and billionaires, all they need is a few IRS agents and that's all they need to control them. So why do they need 87,000 armed, willing to use deadly force IRS agents just to go after little folks that are trying to scratch out a living, and they may not be paying taxes just yet. Maybe if they get, pretty good sized business, they will, but it ain't about that. They're going after us and our people we know. That's what they're going after. The gig economy. Side hustles. So if you got a side hustle, be careful. Careful how you buy your supplies. Be careful how you spend your money. Because they're going to be monitoring that stuff. And they're going to be taxing the crap out of the little man. The middle class. The lower middle class. The people who are trying to scratch out a living, the government wants to take from them. They don't want to take from the millionaires and billionaires. They want to take from you and me. So that's what's going on, folks. You want to know about what's happening there. 87,000 IRS agents armed. They got plenty of ammo, man. They just bought $700,000 worth of ammo. Probably about 5 million rounds at government prices. This ain't making too good a sense, folks. When the government starts coming after the little man, keeping the little man from becoming a successful man, it's time to change this crap. Yeah, it is. But that's my opinion. I know y'all don't want to hear it. Daggone, everybody knows I got one. But it's a shame that crap passed, and that's what's fixing to happen. And so, like I said, If you got a little side hustle, try not to use no credit cards to buy your supplies. Keep it cash only if you can. I know it's cool to have one of them square things. Build a deck for somebody, and they buy the materials, and you build a deck, and you get $1,000. You get that thing on that square, you end up getting $960. There's a trace, there's a track, and that's what they're gonna be looking at. The IRS is one of the few three-letter, I call them three-letter organizations, that's got a lot of power. They can freeze your bank account. They can put liens and levies on your property, your automobile, your will. They can actually put a lien on your will. Yeah. All without due process. It's time to start thinking about the flat tax thing. Remember an old guy named Neil Bortz? A lot of y'all may not know who he was. He was a radio guy in Atlanta, had a morning program. He was a big believer in the flat tax. We pay sales tax everywhere we go. So why not add another 2 or 3% to everything you buy and let the government run off that? The people that spend the most money pay the most taxes. The little man that don't spend that much money, it's a fair tax for everybody. It's called the fair tax, by the way. Never got no traction because everybody in Washington's a damn crook. Yep. Anyhow, one more thought and opinion. Boy, this is going to be a tough one. Donald Trump, they're trying to take their thumb and smash him. And I'm afraid if he tries to run for president, they're going to kill him. He's going to get assassinated. As much as I like the man, he's opinionated as me. And he gets under some people's skin every now and then, and I understand. And I'll support him if he's a nominee. But I sure hope, for his sake, and Melania's sake, I think they'll try to kill her, assassinate her. I sure hope Ron DeSantis steps up and comes in. The governor of Florida. If you don't know who he is, that dude straight up, straight on. He's a good Christian, and he don't let nothing intimidate him. All right, gang, Ed Kirkpatrick, another opinionated piece from the annals of my desk in my little man cave up here in the shack. And somewhere I never had around a guitar pick. Anyway, we're going to end this one out with, I don't know, something like this. God bless you, America. Thanks for stopping by.